Welcome back to Nuance Art, your trusted companion for home design inspiration and interior innovation. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your ideas. Today, we're venturing into the realm of the extraordinary, a house that doesn't just defy design norms, but reshapes them entirely. Welcome to the Silent Fortress, an architectural masterpiece sculpted from pure stone and infused with an atmosphere of serene silence. This isn't just a home, it's a meditative experience wrapped in granite and limestone. Hidden away from the chaos of urban life, this home whispers tales of ancient craftsmanship blended with minimalist modernity. As we unravel its stone-clad walls and tranquil interiors, prepare to be transported into a world where silence isn't emptiness, it's elegance. Let's take a closer look inside this incredible fusion of earth, form, and soul. The Silent Fortress wasn't merely built, it was conceived. The idea behind the home was to create a sanctuary where silence becomes part of the daily routine, where the design is dictated not by trends, but by timelessness. Its architect envisioned a dwelling that merges ancient stone construction techniques with a contemporary understanding of light, space, and mood. Every surface and contour of the home is a deliberate invitation to slow down. This is not a home that screams luxury, it whispers peace. The walls are crafted with unpolished stone, giving a raw, textural quality that engages the senses while reflecting the natural hues of the surrounding landscape. This conceptual commitment to stillness flows through every space, proving that silence is more than an absence of noise, it's a design element. Here, form follows feeling, and feeling follows nature. outside, the silent fortress rises like a mythic monolith, grounded in the earth yet reaching toward the skies. Unlike modern glass-heavy homes that boast transparency, this structure embraces solidity and enclosure. Thick stone walls stand as a defense against not just weather, but also the visual clutter of the outside world. But don't be fooled, this isn't about isolation, it's about intention. The home's form hugs the contours of the land, using regional stone to blend into its environment rather than dominate it. The facade is layered and sculptural, featuring intricate stonework that hints at ancient fortresses, while integrating seamlessly with the surrounding flora. The exterior communicates strength without arrogance, its earthy tones, rugged textures, and thoughtful lines creating a structure that feels like it was grown, not built. This is biophilic design taken to the next level, wild yet composed, strong yet silent. Stepping through the entrance of the silent fortress is like crossing a threshold into another dimension. The moment you pass the minimalist stone archway, external noise and stress seem to melt away. The entrance is deceptively simple, no grand chandelier or ornate doorways. Instead, the aura of stillness envelopes you. Natural light filters in through slits in the ceiling, bouncing off the stone surfaces with a soft, almost spiritual glow. The acoustics are intentional, no echoes, no reverberations, just the quiet hum of your own breath. The air feels cooler, cleaner, and more meditative. Stone benches, carved directly into the walls, provide a place for pause before entering the main living area. The design encourages mindfulness from the very first step, an architectural equivalent of taking off your shoes and exhaling deeply. Here, design becomes an experience, and every detail has purpose without pretense. The heart of the home is a grand, open living space, expansive, yet intimate. The walls are built from layered limestone and volcanic stone, providing insulation, texture, and sound absorption. There are no sharp colors, no jarring art pieces, just natural materials in neutral tones that soothe rather than excite. Furnishings are kept minimal but tactile: linen cushions, raw wood coffee tables, and wool rugs handwoven in earthy tones. Instead of a traditional fireplace, a stone hearth sits recessed into the wall, radiating warmth without the crackle. This room is not designed for loud gatherings, it's a space for conversation, reflection, and quiet companionship. Large windows are strategically placed not to expose, but to frame views of the surrounding nature like living art pieces. The architecture guides your gaze, your breath, and your thoughts. It's not just a room, it's a retreat within a retreat. The kitchen within the silent fortress is unlike any you've seen. Instead of flashy appliances or sleek metallics, here, everything is hidden within stone cabinetry and natural wood drawers. Countertops are made from single slabs of locally sourced stone, their surfaces left slightly uneven to retain that hand-hewn quality. There is a sacred balance between function and form. Cooking here feels like a ritual, not a chore. Every utensil has its place, tucked away behind stone panels, preserving the aesthetic of minimalism. Open shelving is adorned only with pottery, plants, and objects with emotional or artistic value. Lighting comes from above, soft pendant lights that mimic natural moonlight and accentuate the textures of the walls and countertops. This kitchen celebrates the primal joy of creating with your hands, surrounded by the enduring strength and silence of stone. It's a tactile, sensory environment that engages without overwhelming. the silent fortress has a soul, it resides in the bedroom. Designed like a private sanctuary, the space uses darker stone and muted lighting to create an atmosphere of deep calm. The bed is built into a raised stone platform, giving it a grounded, elemental feel. The mattress seems to float, surrounded by shadows and soft textures. Behind it, a feature wall made of stacked slate adds depth and rhythm. The silence here is profound, not just from acoustic design, but from emotional clarity. There are no distractions, no televisions, no glowing gadgets, only books, soft textiles, and a view of the starlit sky through a narrow vertical window. This is rest reimagined, not just sleep, but spiritual decompression. Even the air smells of stone and cedar. In this bedroom, you don't just recover from the day, you reconnect with yourself. The bathroom in the silent fortress isn't a utilitarian afterthought, it's a sacred cleansing space, reminiscent of ancient Roman baths. Walls and floors are carved from continuous slabs of granite and travertine, creating a seamless, monolithic effect. A rainfall shower falls gently into a sunken stone basin, while a soaking tub sits surrounded by pebbles and candle alcoves. Natural light streams through a translucent skylight, illuminating rising steam and casting soft reflections across the room. Sound is absorbed almost entirely, giving you a sense of floating in pure solitude. The design encourages ritual, taking time for yourself, slowing down, and treating everyday acts like sacred moments. Even the mirrors are fog-resistant and framed in handcrafted stone. It's not luxury in the conventional sense, there's no chrome or sparkle, but it offers something far more precious, tranquility through simplicity. At the center of the silent fortress is an open-air courtyard, an unexpected heartbeat in the home's quiet rhythm. Surrounded by tall stone walls, this secluded garden features bonsai trees, moss-covered rocks, and a still reflecting pool. The courtyard invites the outside in, yet maintains the privacy and serenity of a monastery. Birds chirp in the early morning, and the rustling of leaves provides a natural soundtrack that complements the otherwise meditative silence. The design encourages slow movement and deep observation. It's a place for yoga, for journaling, or simply for sitting and watching the wind move through branches. In a world where green spaces are often squeezed into corners, this courtyard is a celebration of nature's central role in our well-being. It anchors the entire home with organic energy, reminding us that silence and nature are not separate, but deeply intertwined. The silent fortress is more than a house, it's a philosophy carved in stone. It asks us to reconsider what we truly need to feel at peace. It doesn't rely on technology, noise, or spectacle, it thrives on texture, time, and deep presence. In a culture obsessed with speed, this home dares to slow everything down. It invites us to be still, to breathe, to observe, and to live intentionally. If this journey through stone and silence has inspired you, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Nuance Art, and share your thoughts in the comments. We want to know what silence means to you. Would you live in a home like this? What would your personal, silent fortress look like? Let us know. Until next time, stay inspired, stay grounded, and as always, let beauty be your blueprint.